Why, hello, all you DISHIN Days fans. It's now time to recap this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Why, hello, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, where we're here to dish all the days of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my usual gaggle of gals. We have to the far, 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 far.
I think he's talking about you.
Carla. We have the ever so handsome, dashing, intelligent,
Tony.
smart, sophisticated
Matthew Evan
lady.
Paine, folks.
Lady, come on.
Lady.
That's me.
This one.
Hi!
Tell us who you are, stranger in
It's
the
down
night.
there. It's down there. If you don't know who I am already, that's your fault. It's down there. Follow that on Twitter.
Yes. Follow this right here at Matthew E.
Not
Paine.
his. Get that out of the way. Down there.
And of course, we have
Mark J. Freeman.
the talented, the debonair,
Ooh.
the debutantes,
Is that a word?
No.
That's not a word.
the Southern Belle. No,
From
not-
Massachusetts,
from Massachusetts. We have
Matthew Evan Paine.
so wonderful.
Are we
that
supposed
we're
to call
all
him a
here.
Southern Belle? Is that what that was?
Is she from
Is
the
that
South?
setting-
I am.
Oh, but when we interviewed James Reynolds, she was from Kansas too.
Oh,
I didn't say I was
gracious.
from Kansas. Anyway, if you guys missed it earlier, we had James Reynolds, who played Abe Carver, here live in our studios.
Plays, not played. Still plays him.
Plays. What did I say?
Played.
Plays Abe Carver currently on Days of Our Lives. So make sure you check out that interview. Also, if you're watching us live, hello. And also,
Or if you're listening to us live.
hello.
Hello.
And also,
No, you wouldn't be listening to us live. Because you would
Well,
be.
if they could
'cause
on
podcast-
YouTube, they could on YouTube and listen to it while they're driving if they have the
Oh,
capabilities.
that's true. Okay.
if you're listening to us,
I mean, I hate to
after
prove
our,
you wrong,
our
Mark,
live,
but
hello.
Hello.
And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Instagram and Facebook, DISHIN Days, and on Twitter, @_DISHIN Days. The at's implied. Ba-da-ba. All right, gentlemans. How do we feel about this week of days?
thank you,
Short.
Marlon Wallace. Marlon said Matthew is a Northern Belle. I appreciate it.
Oh, isn't that your fiance? One of your fiancés?
It's one of my,
If I were
one
on
my-
Days of Our Lives,
one of my
I would
fiancés.
be Northern Belle Black.
That's right.
See what I did there, Tony?
I see what you did there. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you.
No,
So this
thank
week
you.
was short because we had one less day.
Oh yeah, it was preempted on Friday.
Yeah. So it was okay.
Yeah, I thought this week was.
I'm
I want you to
excited
ask
to
the
be
question
here. I'm
because I have an answer for you.
How did you feel about this week, Matthew?
I sadly, I hated this week.
Those are some strong words.
I was so disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, there was one storyline that I enjoyed,
okay.
and that was the Chloe, Nicole,
Okay.
Damos
Oh,
baby.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Everything else, I didn't know what show I was watching.
Oh well, hopefully you were. Maybe that was it. Were you tuned
Were you
into
watching
the wrong
General
show?
Hospital, girl?
Oh,
Who
girl,
are these people?
Girl.
girl. All right, well, let's really find
We'll
out.
hop into it.
She was watching reruns of Melrose Place or something. The late
Beverly
years.
Hills 90210.
The late
all
years.
day, every day.
Well, let's dive right into it. It's now time to start
Dishin
Days.
And you know we gonna set
Bum,
it.
bum.
Set it and forget
Yes,
it.
and actually, I'm sorry. In the booth, we have.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have
Our
two
newbie.
people. We have Marissa, who is. I think she's in the booth, and we also have a newbie to the AfterBuzz TV family. Anthony is back
In
there.
his
so
house, if he wants to say hello, he
hello
can.
to those people. They're probably figuring out
Or
all
he-
kinds of buttons, so they don't have
He went to
time
get a Diet Coke out
Yeah.
of the fridge.
Because
Left us
we're-
on autopilot.
Because we're starting at a later time, Alexis is busy. So she says, forget y'all. I got another show to do. No, I'm kidding. But she is doing another show, but we love Alexis. But we're going to be at this time tonight and next week. So that's it.
Well, they know we're here.
Maybe they don't.
Yeah, you
We've
guys,
got a good
you
amount
guys
of people watching,
graciously
too.
moved so that I could be here. So I
You're
appreciate
welcome,
that.
because she works hard for,
For
the
the
money.
money.
So hard for it, honey.
She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right. I
right.
choose not to.
That
All
is,
right.
Lorraine Love did that at Mickey's.
Was that
Before
there?
it burned down.
That was no, this was after. This is after the first fire.
This was in the rubble.
Oh boy. All right, let's talk about days, and let's talk about Prague.
Prague.
All right, so a lot.
You guys, I'm assuming last week talked about the fact that they just basically moved pictures on the wall to create Prague.
We did mention it.
Did okay? Just
We
wanted
did
to make
mention
sure
it.
that got mentioned. What happened?
So,
Oh.
so this week, quite a few things.
Us dancing.
Quite a few things happened this week in Prague. So they are still on the hunt for Stefano. There is now a key that was left by the decked out limo
Right.
that they
It was dropped, right?
it was dropped that they thought Stefano was coming out of, but Anna, guns a blazing, totally messes up the plan again, and they search this deposit box, find documents of properties and houses that may belong to Stefano, but it looks like it's a dud. Austin and Carrie have the task of keeping Anna and
check.
Tony
Okay.
at check.
Did you
at
guys
bay.
also talk about the fact that the urn looks like a martini shaker?
No.
I am so glad you said that. Yeah.
It's the bartender
Yeah.
to me. Every time I see in her hand, I'm like,
shaking, not
that
stirred.
looks like
Yeah.
a martini shaker.
A coffee to go. A chocolate
Yeah,
bar.
but I have a little one that looks almost exactly like it,
should have
and I'm
brought
just
it
like,
in.
I would thought about it. Yeah, I'm like, girl, that's not an urn, that's a martini shaker. But whatever, maybe it's appropriate.
Well, how do we feel about the happenings of Prague?
I think the only stuff about it that I really like is the Anna stuff. I think it's funny and I think it's fun. It doesn't bother, like that stuff I think is cute. I think it's kind of silly that she's running around shooting a gun. But I don't know, but at least it's entertaining. I'd rather watch that than Hope.
Well,
Nope, totally.
I feel like this. I feel like Anna she's hilarious, but she's messing stuff up. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like she's one step ahead of this team of people in finding
Right,
Stefano, and somehow, right before they can get to him,
She's
Stefano,
gotten to
she's
them.
already there,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
and it makes me giggle.
it is. It's fun. It's at least
It's
fun.
fun. But I do feel like they're dragging this out a little bit longer than I like. I would like for them to either discover that it's Stefano or not.
Yeah.
Because I feel
Right.
like this going day to day, thinking that it's Stefano and then it's not Stefano, and these clues that are leading nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that at the end it has a bigger oh wow.
Don't hold your breath.
But
Tanya Ramey said Austin's the only thing I'm enjoying about Prague. To me, it's Austin and Carrie. Everything else, it's
I
like,
think they're both
get to
great.
it.
Yeah.
Get to it.
I feel like Austin is just kind of there, and he's kind of ready to go back home. He's like, I'm tired of this. Like, why are we here? That's not me.
her.
I just turned it on so I could see the chat, but I left my glasses over there. So
You can
that I
use
didn't-
mine.
No, but I can see it here. I just have to get my glasses.
Oh my gosh,
But keep talking.
lady.
I'm just gonna go get my glasses.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up from the table now.
So
Yeah. Quick, move the chair.
So I mean, I'm more anxious to move along the storyline.
There was a moment when I was watching the scenes in Prague this week, and I thought to myself, it's so ridiculous the amount of cast they have allegedly in Prague. They've got
Yeah.
Marlena and Patch
yeah.
and
Paul.
Austin and Carrie and Anna
And Anna.
Paul. Too much. It's too much. It's too much. Just get to the point. Just get there.
Oh, and Rafe.
Ugh. I mean, I'm happy that Rafe is there because he's away from Hope, and we don't have to deal with those scenes.
How do we
I don't-
really feel?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is what it is. Figure it out, Days. It's
Yeah.
dragging out too long.
And I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
I wish we could get, because I do like where, I like how Dina is connecting families and bringing some people back and stuff like that. What I liked about Josh was that it moved.
Yeah.
Nothing lingered. So I
Yeah.
want a little more of Josh brought back and keep that Dina, and I think we got ourselves a success. That's my
Tell us more.
That's my official
For
word.
Now, when you were in the writer's room, Mark,
When I was in the writer, that's what I told them. I said, look, we need to get a little Josh back. We need to let Paine sing.
For some reason, after you said that, I imagine you just sitting back and suddenly rubbing a cat.
I've been known to. I
don't know how to
In the
take-
writer's room. That's why I keep a cat with me. Wherever I go. You
I
never
feel
know.
like you would have one of those bald cats.
Oh,
Like a Mr.
I have a
Bigglesworth?
friend that has one of those.
They are
yeah.
so-
They're kind of creepy.
All right.
Yep, they're saying Kelly Kay says move it right along.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it. We hopefully will have time to take your phone calls later. So hopefully, so be around for that. All right. So what's next, Matthew?
Hope and Eric.
Okay. So did anyone else die when Greg Vaughn turned around? And I was like,
I knew it was him. I mean, I didn't know what day he was coming back. It wasn't like I was like waiting for him to come back. Like, oh, that must be him. But I knew as soon as I didn't know who picked her up.
Yeah.
But was for some reason when she was in the room and they were showing him from behind, I was like, oh, that's Eric.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured it out quickly.
I mean, I think I kind
I
of
like
knew,
his.
but I kept my.
I like his new. I've been to jail look.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not as polished.
Yeah.
He's so
It's got
rugged.
a little tinge of.
Yeah. Of he's
Dirty
been through
Eric.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I knew you'd be okay.
But
with
I
that.
think that the good boy takes over Eric. Like I think he still wants to always do the right thing. Father Eric's in there somewhere.
Father Eric is still in there. I just think that he still holds a lot with what happened with Daniel. Like he still blames himself, and I think that's something that he's gonna have to kind of work through, which is what he was kind of saying to Hope is that the reason why he's not home is because he feels ashamed of what he did. But I love that he for a while tried to avoid saying how he got out of prison. And then it turns out that he was paroled after saving a girl that he used to know
Right.
from the ledge, who for a split second I rewind and I thought it was True O'Brien who played Paige. I was like, oh, did they slap a blonde wig on her and like brought her back to do that role?
I didn't see that. I mean, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of favors True, but it wasn't True.
It was false.
It was ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. So yeah, and I was just kind of like, okay, well, you know, you need to explain why he's back, so that's fine. But yeah, I find this now interesting to see where it goes.
I think
No one has anything to say.
I'm disappointed. I'm so thrilled that Greg Vaughn is back. I'm happy to see Eric. I am disappointed that they decided to pair him with Hope right away because I feel like her storyline is so tedious at this point that it's like two storylines intertwining that I just don't care about.
Well, you know, that's his aunt. He was taking a stroll, found her laying there, needed to nurse her back. I love that he's also a slight doctor because
He stitched her up.
Well, yeah, because
Well, that's because he did in Africa.
there you have it.
When he was in
he's still
Africa, he had to-
she's still shanked.
He had to know how to do that as a
Yeah.
priest in Africa.
Which by
With the elephant.
the way, it still goes back to if Hope was not fully recovered, why would she leave the hospital to go back to jail to protect Lil Cha-Cha?
Oh, gotcha.
Like, I don't get it. Like,
I don't get a lot of the story.
like just let her be out of jail.
I think it's just like I'm not gonna say it.
What if it was reversed? That like while she was in the hospital, they brought in Eric as a John Doe, and she discovered him in the hospital.
Are you a co-writer too?
I like to be in the room from
I
time
can get
to
you
time.
some hours in the writing room.
I like to be. I'm an intern. I'm an intern. But
You
I
can
don't-
bring us coffee. Is that a no?
Speaking of coffee,
As he sips his tea and rolls his eyes.
But yeah, I love that they replayed the whole thing with The Rock again.
It was so funny too because Philip was on that. It was in the room when I was watching. And oh no, you gotta watch this. The Rock wins.
And I love that even Eric said that too when he was like cleaning her up, and it was like looks like you were in a fight. Looks like you lost or something like that. Yeah, something to that effect. But I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see where this storyline goes.
Do you care where it goes?
I'm just anxious to see something with Hope. Get her out of jail or something.
just do something.
I don't care.
There was a photo on Twitter the other day.
I'm sorry to say that, but I don't care.
And I think it was Christian Alfonso and Mary Beth Evans. That's who it was. And Hope was wearing like a camel-colored blazer, and I was like, oh, she's out of prison, so we'll be seeing her out of prison.
Well, they're
in 6
18 months in advance, girl. So
Episodes from 2012 just started airing.
These are 2018 episodes. Yeah, it is. I just don't care. I just don't care.
That's how I felt when I was watching it.
It's like if they came on and said, we now found out that John's real father is.
Stefano.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. You've done this so many times. I
beaten it
just
to
don't
death,
care.
yeah.
I don't care about Hope shooting him. I don't care if he's still alive. I don't care. I don't care.
So, Daquan, because I mentioned earlier about Eric feeling
I
ashamed.
don't care.
He says, why would Eric feel ashamed about killing
Yeah,
Daniel? I
I saw
just
that.
don't understand. Well, I mean, that was his best friend. And like,
Well, were they?
I mean, they were good friends, were they not?
I don't know. They were best friends.
But they were good friends, and he was killed because he was under the influence, thus taking away Nicole's love, and him and Nicole had
A
connection.
an hour and a half
So
relationship.
I mean, of
That
course,
was-
like no one wants to like face that.
I just had a flashback of when we were here with Jen Lilly. Not the most recent, but the time before that. And it was when they had a flashback scene with Bo and Hope from like the 80s dancing. And it was, I celebrate my love for you, when I started singing it. And Jen was like, no. Oh.
No, I just let's move on.
Tonight.
I don't have anything nice to say about it, and I don't want to keep trash talking it because I know people love Hope and they like Hope and Rafe.
I
and
love
feel
Hope.
bad that I always complain about it, but I just don't care.
No.
Oh, no, I'll get to that later. I do have something positive to say.
Wait,
About Hope?
no,
but I have to get to it later.
this is the best. Demo says Eric can come back to Salem. Everybody in that town has killed at least one person.
Right. It's true.
That is hilarious. That's so funny.
I don't care. I just don't care. I really found I can't, it's painful. And I was gonna say too, with the scenes with her and I kind of, what you were just saying, with her and Greg Vaughn, it was like I was torn, because I wanted to watch him, but I don't want to watch her.
And I love Christian Alfonso, and I was saying before we started, I just want to see them give her a wonderful storyline.
Like what?
Anything other than what they're giving her.
Okay.
right.
Waitress at Brady Pub.
Fine. Fine. Let me see her stirring chowder would be more fun.
Chowder actually sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Anywho,
All right, let's talk about Billy.
all right. We're not talking about Billy.
Did he make it?
Yeah.
Did he make the cut?
I don't
Yeah.
actually. Oh yeah, he did. But anyway, we're not there yet. So now we have Chloe, Deimos, and Nicole. This storyline. Okay, so
can't.
The 7 o'clock.
I said I'm glad
the
that you
7
enjoyed
o'clock
this.
spot is not our friend.
who?
The 7 o'clock spot or slot.
Here's the thing. This whole
I'm just
whole
gonna sit
week,
back and let you
the whole week, I just kept shouting internally, just tell her the baby is hers.
Thank
I
you.
was doing it externally.
Because I feel like this. It's not Chloe's decision to not let Nicole know
know,
what she
right.
did.
Well, and I saw some tweets too from people saying that she should have Chloe and Nancy arrested for kidnapping because it's technically her child.
Yeah, yeah, and she knows that.
It's a little excessive, but
and I think that as a surrogate,
if we're reading,
she can express concerns about her and Deimos as a friend. Could express those concerns, but at the end of the day, say, listen, this is what I did, and here's your baby. Now let me tell you, Deimos ain't good. Don't have that baby around Deimos.
Yeah.
But instead, she's like keeping it a secret. She's like, well, if you're gonna marry Deimos, then I can't be around. Then we can't be friends. I'm like, girl.
I don't necessarily disagree with her though, because I think that she knows how dangerous Deimos can be.
But then, do you not have trust in
your friend, your best friend?
Well, she basically called Nicole stupid.
Well, it's a stupid move on Nicole's part because Deimos is bad news.
But I think Nicole is smart. Here's the thing, is that Nicole is smart enough to know how Deimos is. I think that they do share a very special connection with each other because they're very honest and open with each other, but everyone has a different side. Nicole is not squeaky clean either. I mean, hello, remember she kidnapped Sydney and ran off and tried to act like that was her baby.
Was that just thrown in her face? Was that thrown in her face recently?
Probably by Kate.
I think she brought it up. I think she said it one day. I think she said something. I know I'm not one
Yeah.
to talk or something like that. Yeah.
But I also kind of wish Nicole was a little, because these little clues keep dropping. She's like, what do you mean by that? And it's like, girl.
I think she spelled it out for you.
So I just love that Brady was like, is Holly Nicole's baby? I'm like, finally, someone was just
Thank
like,
you.
I'm not tap dancing around this anymore.
No.
You tell me the truth and
Well,
you tell it to me now.
Right, because
Yeah.
it's time.
It's past time.
The question-
The baby is weeks old.
Right.
Weeks.
I just had a thought. We've never watched an episode together, the three of us. That'd be
No.
fun.
Well, you and I would have to wait till Sunday morning.
Wow.
And I ain't got that kind of time. Are you saying that's false, Tony?
It is false.
That is not false.
I don't always watch them all on Sunday mornings.
Sometimes he only watches 4 of the 5.
Sometimes it's Saturday.
You know, I mentioned at the top of the show that I was a little bit disappointed with this week's episodes, and normally when it happens, when the show gets preempted and there are only 4 episodes, I'm like, oh, I wanna watch Days. When I realized that it was only airing 4 days this week, I found out on Thursday. I realized it on Thursday. And I thought, oh, good.
Then you don't have that extra
Yeah.
one to watch.
Well, the storylines bored me. I just didn't like them this week.
I really had a hard time staying focused.
Me
I
too.
really had a hard time staying focused and paying attention to what was going on. I said, yeah, the only things that I kind of really watched was the Anna stuff. It was funny to me. And Billy.
Marie Ann Carter just said, thank you, Tony. That's what I've been saying. Matt, not Chloe's baby, not Chloe's business. I absolutely agree with you, Marie Ann.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it that way. I think that she was just trying to protect, but I do understand your point, and I agree with you.
And also, I feel like as a mother, Nicole would protect that
Yeah.
baby like to beyond.
Yeah.
You know those commercials where they show how parents are with their first child, and then
Yeah,
how they are with their
yeah,
second?
Yep.
Nicole is definitely that first child mother who
Yeah.
would be like, wash your hands
Yeah.
before you touch my baby.
Yeah.
And then
Here's
The
Purell.
second one,
yeah, here's
hands
the
it off.
Purell, you know, like all of that. Like and you can tell that she's very protective of Holly.
Well, and I think that if there was a situation with Deimos, I think that she wouldn't let anything like that happen.
Oh no, not at all.
But
Not
I
at
think
all.
that's why Eric's back.
Yeah,
I think that's where we're going with this, to be honest.
Days heard me requesting him to come back, and they were like, we'll grant you this, Matthew.
Well, can somebody request Maxine's son?
We
Can we
are.
get that?
We
Can
have.
We're
have
doing
that?
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Can we have that? Can we have Maxine's son?
Do you need me to ask? Because they listened for the Greg request that I made. I can call. I might be able to call. Who should I call?
I got a couple names.
Okay, all right, we'll talk after the show.
Don't
Okay.
make me pull that card.
Yeah.
Make me.
Oh, hang on, I'm getting feed. Oh no, it wasn't Daquan, it was Matthew. It just for the Greg Vaughn.
Oh, wow. Oh, all right. Well, I mean, speaking of Maxine's son, side note, did we all see him ordering lunch this week at Horton Town Square?
What did he have?
Beef.
It's harder to.
It's what's for dinner.
Yeah.
It's harder to recognize you when you're not in the flower costume, though.
It's so funny because like everyone like tweeted it and I saw it and then I didn't watch it until Sunday morning and
We're not surprised.
and then I saw it and I was like, look at me, that's me. So thank you guys for noticing. I appreciate that. Someone sent me a GIF that was she was like, my reaction to seeing At Lounging with Tony in Horton Town Square, and it was this GIF of like this woman going. It was my favorite. It was my favorite. So thank you who sent that. Okay, enough about me. Thank you, Annie Goen, for seeing me. I appreciate that. Some hashtags in here. Hashtag Maxine Son. Hashtag Bring Will back. Hashtag Maxine Son. Hashtag Bring Jack back. Hashtag Bring back Will Horton. All right.
My hair got bigger. Someone said, Laura. Yes, it could be. It's getting longer.
Somebody. Ooh, our Melvin fan said, hashtag Bring the brunette Abby back. Yeah, I said it.
I like Marcy. I think
Yeah,
Marcy's doing a
Me
good
too.
job.
She's
I think
wonderful.
She's doing great. So anyway, so there's that, and now we're moving on. We're just zipping through this, aren't we?
Well, it was a short week, too.
Yeah.
Tidbits. So then we had Gabby and Abby eavesdropping on the Kyriakis Demira Hernandez meeting at the new TBD.
I actually loved those scenes.
I thought it was cute.
I did, and you know,
What I liked about it was because we keep talking about how these younger people should be the storyline, they should be driving the show, and I felt like this was an attempt at that. That we're now in charge. We're going to be running these companies. We need to sit down. We need to figure this out, and I like that.
and just like the older ones, they could not get it together.
Yeah,
Dario, I felt like, is still true to Dario, stubborn.
yeah.
There was almost some leadway with Sonny and Chad.
Almost.
And then all of a sudden, like I literally like, I think I stopped paying attention for a second, and then all of a sudden it was like, well, fine, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, going at it.
what I missed?
That was actually scary.
Yeah,
When Chad said, you've made this, and just for the record, you've
you
made this personal.
Yeah.
I was like, woohoo!
It was good.
I was like, I wonder what
It
Mark
was
thinks.
good. I love their chemistry together, whether they're getting along and they're having their tender moments with each
Yeah.
other or when they're going head to head.
Yep.
And I love that Sonny doesn't back down.
Yep. I liked it. I thought it was a fun scene.
Yep.
I thought it was too. And
I like all three of them.
And
Agreed.
I mean, how do we feel about something that's gonna bring hopefully Gabby and
Abby
Abby
to the front of the.
like closer together? Because I think right now they're a little torn because of the whole situation with Chad, and now that they're gonna work together to bring the families together. Was I the only one that watched Days this week?
I mean, I liked it.
It was
I
difficult
liked
for
it.
me this
I
week.
liked it.
I had trouble.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Nope. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Cool. Good talk.
Good talk.
Good
Great
talk.
talk. Yeah.
Next.
So, all right. So then we had Theo, Claire, Sierra, New Jade, and Joey. Okay.
I didn't hate the new Jade.
Well, there was a moment where she walked in, and I
I'm
was
dying to hear this.
And the first thing I thought was, can someone tell me who that is? Even though I'm like, I'm assuming this is Jade, but for a good couple of minutes, no one addressed her as Jade.
Right.
I would have thought that because of the switch,
Yeah.
as soon as she walked in, they would have said, "Oh, hey Jade."
Hey, Jade.
Just to make
Right
sure
off
we
the
know
top.
that, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
new Jade. But instead it was like, new phone, new year, who this? That's how I felt.
Right.
But I mean, she's not. Now fans, you know me. It's a fan with open arms, and I'm welcoming. Her name is
Gabriella. Yeah.
Yes, I'm welcoming her with open arms.
I thought she did good.
You
know what I thought?
I thought she did.
I thought she was. She's coming across a little softer than Paige.
And less ruthless.
Yeah. I mean, you can still tell she's hard, but she doesn't seem as cunning, maybe that's the word I'm looking for, as Jade comes off.
Yeah.
Or as Paige came off.
Right.
I don't know. I don't dislike her. I mean, we've only seen a couple of scenes with
Just
her.
one.
But I feel like the character kind of went back a little bit, or went backward rather, with the immature, childish Jade ways that
losing
it
the baby.
seemed right. Because I felt like she was
I
starting
see
to
that.
mature, and now it seemed like a much more.
I do like. I also like that all the teens are living together.
Are they living in Rafe's old apartment?
Yes.
That's what I thought
Rafe
too.
and Sammy's old apartment.
Yeah, but it's
And they
just
added a spiral staircase.
yeah.
They're
That's
all
what I
about
thought.
refurbishing those sets.
Like as soon as they walked in, I was like, "Oh, they at Rafe's place."
That's exactly what I said too.
But what I actually thought that Jade and Joey were living there just together.
I did too.
And then Sierra walked out and was like, "Hey y'all," I was like, "Bitch, where you come from?"
I think that's what they wanted you to think too.
But then she's like, Claire and
Tony.
What?
Where
They're
do you come from?
I mean,
You're
am
totally
I the only
right.
one? Because
No, I totally thought the
she
same
was
thing.
in that room though for a long time before
Yeah.
she decided to walk out. Someone, Racy, said, recalled my tweet when I tweeted. I blinked and there was a new Jade.
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
But yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting to have them all living in the house together, especially with the triangle that's about to happen. And thanks, Days, for bringing back or reminding us how millennial Claire is and how she's so into selfie and Instagrams and
She needs
all
to
of that.
slap.
I did like also,
It's a
or is this the next thing we're talking about? I did like the conversation that they were having about, and they had made the comment about, oh, someone's making a comment about us being different races, and then Valerie got up and came over and said, "Hey," I like that.
me
I
too.
like that. Again, that's one of those things I think that Dina's doing well. Is she's bringing back
back.
stuff and making you remember the past and
Yeah.
the history of the show. So, kudos to that.
But you know what's so weird? And I don't know if it's just because I'm used to Theo and Claire, but when they put them together, did anyone else think like, oh, an interracial couple?
I didn't.
No.
I
didn't
honestly
either.
didn't even think it.
It didn't dawn on me until she was like, oh, this comment about that we're an interracial couple. And for some reason, I was like, you are.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it just didn't, it didn't faze me
But did
at
you
all.
think about it when it was Theo and Sierra?
No.
Me either.
No.
Yeah.
No, no.
No,
Nope.
not at all.
I mean, the only time I thought
We've come a
about
long way.
an interracial couple is when Mark showed me the guy from Ohio State that he was kind of gushing over, and I was like, "Oh, you're down with the swirl, huh? Swirl."
My boy JT. JT. Peace, JT.
But
It's the
now-
eyes. It's the eyes.
But actually, when they did mention the race thing, there was a moment where I was like, oh, Days is doing gays and race?
Mm-hmm. Sipping the tea. Sipping the tea.
I'll take a sip.
You take a sip too.
Kudos to Days.
Kudos to Days.
Kudos to Days.
I think there's only one more thing we have to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
We've
And
blistered
that
through
would be
this.
Justin and Adrian.
Yeah.
And all that was them in the...
Hot sauce.
She has hot sauce in her bag. Swag.
Swag. Yes.
I feel like that's the gayest thing you've done here. But I mean, that was a cute moment.
Besides the pink bow tie. Sorry. Had
I
to go
thought it was
there.
I thought it was a cute moment. I I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Adrian and Lucas, but I feel like they're playing.
I think they're
Lucas
trying to
again.
do Lucas and Anne.
Was it-
I definitely still
I
think,
think
that
so
that's
too.
a thing.
Me too. Was it this week that they did the phone call with Lucas calling Justin? Was that this week or last week? And he was like, yeah, no, I brought her lunch.
I think that was this week.
Was
Okay.
it this week? I missed that. I completely missed that.
It was probably after a Hope scene.
That could be. Could be.
You need like recovery time.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That was it. That was the week.
I mean, yeah, it was.
Guys, great show.
Yeah. Well, we want to know.
Don't get used to this.
We want to know what you guys think, but I should probably check and make sure.
Could we take phone calls?
Hello in the booth.
Is anyone listening?
I,
We lost them.
I feel like
I
they're
don't think we
probably.
can have our sound effects either.
Um,
Oh, there he is.
hey,
Hi.
hey,
Hi.
Anthony, how are you? So after our little segments here, we're gonna open the phone lines if that is possible. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Everyone, give a big round of applause to Anthony.
Yay! I think you have an applause button there. You can applaud yourself, Anthony.
No, that's too much. All right, so we're now going to get into our segments, and we're going to start with my favorite,
You go, girl.
Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. All right, so
Oh, I gotta get mine.
I think I'm gonna change mine.
He's changed it like 3 times.
I know. No. I'm changing it from the one I told you to the one that happened at the
Okay.
end.
Okay.
All right, so I'll mention who I was gonna give my 3 snaps to.
Okay.
I was gonna give my 3 snaps to Austin because he was killing it all this week with his facial expressions, his shade.
He's fun to
Because
watch.
he was throwing shade and
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah.
I was gonna give him that, but then Thursday, in comes Brady, who basically was just like, and this is how I translated it. This is not what he actually said. But what I heard was, bitch, is that Nicole's baby? I was like, yes! Finally! Just ask her! Just make her! Just stop like doing all this fancy dance on who's the baby. Just ask her. I was like, yes, Brady, yes!
Well,
So-
is it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it shut off. It Q Corday Productions Hourglass. Done. So my 3 Snaps Award is going to go to Brady because he was just like, I'm tired of this. Chloe,
He's speaking for the people.
what's the tea? Yeah. So Eric Martzoff, Brady Black, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
You go, girl.
And now it's time for.
This is actually going to be a disaster, which I didn't tell the booth. I forgot.
Okay.
So,
It's
well,
back
we-
to it's back
well-
to disaster.
Well, now I gotta think of something for a day's ass. Oh,
The
I
sirens and the
remember.
thing.
I remember.
Right?
Okay.
I was watching this week, and there were the moment of the show for me where I was like, I can't believe this is happening. It was so ridiculous
sound
to me.
angry.
I was angry.
Yeah.
Was when Kayla announced that she was going to be paying for the living of Joey and
Right.
Jade, and that was bad enough for me because I was like, oh, come on. And then Sierra walked in and she was like, you live here too? And I was like, I don't believe this for one split second that any of this would happen.
That the parents would pay for it?
Kayla and Patch are not paying for Joey to live with Jade and Sierra. It's just so outlandish.
But they got to make good grades.
Yeah, they have to give good grades for her to keep paying.
Do you believe they're going to make good grades?
Well,
think-
yeah.
I
What else are
think
they going to
Joey
do? Well,
Right.
I love that. Okay, awkward moment was when Kayla was like, "I know you two are sexually active." I
Yeah.
wanted to be like,
Well,
"Don't
she
be
was
bringing up my
pregnant.
sex life."
Well, she was pregnant.
Well, still though, quiet as
Immaculate
it's kept.
conception.
I mean, it worked on Jane the Virgin.
Sierra and Jade, the conflict though.
Sierra's not having it.
No.
She's like,
She was like, I don't know who you are.
exactly.
She was
Sierra's
like, you don't even look familiar.
which again is not what she said, but what I heard was, "Bitch, I don't do you,
Yeah.
and you lucky you in this apartment. Now you want the loft or you want this tiny ass room? Where you want to be? What you want to do?"
That was the scene. That was the best part of the scene.
Cool.
Yeah.
You got the law.
Kayla was like, so we're gonna pay for you, and it's all gonna be, but under the condition.
That you make good grades.
Yeah,
and I love that she said, if I see a D, so a C is acceptable?
Yeah.
No. You better be
Sometimes
pulling
a
A's
D
and
is
B's.
acceptable. Depends
You know
on the
when people
class.
like,
Oh my God! When I took statistics in college,
statistics
girl,
was
I was
hard.
glad to see a D.
My original major was landscape architecture. There's a little fun fact for you. But I had to take all this math, and there was a math class that I remember walking to the TA's office, and I just went, "Did I pass?" And she goes, "You got a D." And I was like, "But I passed. I'm moving along." She said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." Then
Yeah.
we're
That's
good."
all I needed.
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah, that's
We're
all I
good.
needed to hear.
here's the address.
Landscaping.
You sent my degree. We're good.
Yeah. And then I switched majors.
Landscaping.
Landscape architecture. Yep, it was great.
Demo Katabi said these three are never going to go to class.
Never.
No.
Right?
No.
No.
Nope.
Do you remember when they were in high school around the time Theo was being bullied with the
yeah.
destruction of the car, and they had
Oh,
those
yeah.
locker scenes?
Yeah.
Bring back the lockers.
Yeah, I missed the lockers.
But no one in college has lockers.
no, not
No,
in college.
but do something. Like, let us see them, or even if they're in the university hall. What was that?
Oh, yeah,
campus.
the student union.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
When-
can just move a picture in the Martin house.
Do you remember? Right. Or they could use Marlena's office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you
Flip the desk on the other side.
Do you remember? I think it was Eve was waiting for
Godot.
JJ at the student union when she was
Oh,
sleeping with him.
yes.
I
Yeah.
was like, lady.
Well, she was always at the student union. I was like, girl, you ain't got no classes. You ain't got no classes.
Girl, you ain't got no classes. You ain't got no class.
You ain't got not now class.
Man.
What's Daquan said that my 3 snaps should have went to when Anna read Carrie and was like,
Oh, yeah.
what
I
did
can't
he
believe
say?
you dated him, or you.
Oh, I can't believe you dated that Rafe.
Yeah.
And Carrie was like, thanks for bringing
Thanks
that
for
up.
bringing
Mom."
that up. I was
Yeah.
actually kind of glad that they said that, though. I thought it
That
was kind of
good.
funny.
History.
Yeah.
Okay, and that has been Disaster Moment of the Week. And now it's time for
Oh, there it is. Very
There
faint,
is.
but it was there.
It was faint. It was there.
All right, so my quote of the week.
Mark's quote of the week.
There
Thank
it
you.
is. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony.
This week, my quote of the week goes to.
Give us a chance to laugh.
I know. Last week it was Austin. This week it's got to be Carrie. I almost gave it to Austin 2 weeks in a row when she said she's crazy, and then he said, "Okay, mentally challenged," or whatever he
Oh,
said. It
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
that, but it was something along those lines. I
Oh,
almost.
when she was like, "Please don't call my mother crazy,"
Yeah.
and he said something else for crazy.
Yeah, it was almost going to be that. But then this happened, and I was like, oh my God, I got to give it to Carrie. It's Christy Clark. When Anna was saying that she shot Steve, and she's like, well, I was carrying the urn, and I only had a gun, and I couldn't grab it because I had the urn in my hand. She said, Mom, you should have put Tony in a locker somewhere so you could use both hands. My God, I'm giving my mom advice on how to shoot people.
To which you then cut to Austin, and he's like,
Yeah. It was just hysterical.
I
I'm
love
sorry. It was so funny. So Christy Clark is going to get my quote of the week.
and that has been
Mark's quote of the week.
Mark's quote of the week. And now it's time for a fan
Of the week. All right, let me just pull this up real quick because I got to find it. Okay, here. So my fan of the week was a tweet that I got from... Actually, all 3 of us got it. She tagged all of us in it. Wendy Garrison, who's at Shrimp19 on Twitter. She, I'm sure I was tweeting something about hating Hope's storyline. But sure, you got to love the fact that since Hope has been in jail, she doesn't have a crazy nail polish on one finger.
I did see that.
And that made me literally laugh out loud, Wendy. Thank you so much. You made my day. So you are getting fan of the week.
Also, a quick little shout out to one of the writers I found out tunes in thanks to Christopher Sean. So
Oh, yeah.
shout out to you. You know who you are. I don't want to say it like out
Yeah.
loud because people will be like,
Yeah.
Hounding.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. No, very
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's good.
I have a
Yeah.
story I'd like to share with you guys.
Okay.
Last night I went to a birthday party of a woman that I used to work with, and we greeted each other, and she came over and she she was really sweet, and she said, I've been a fan of Days of Our Lives for a long time, and I used to watch with my family. And so at the very end of the night, I was saying goodbye to her, and she said, I wanted to share a story with you. It completely caught me off guard. She told me that, she said, I don't know if you knew this, but I recently lost my mom a few months ago. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear it. And she said, but I wanted to let you know that when she was in her hospital, we actually watched the Days of Our Lives after show.
Oh.
So in her mom's last months, they watched our show. So I wanted to, if I may, dedicate this episode to Marcy Walton's mother, Melinda Miller. We love you, Marcy, and rest in peace, Melinda.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's so
beautiful.
sweet. Thank you.
Well, I hope she's watching us still.
Yes.
She still is. She still is.
Just don't call us up yet.
My hair is technically closer to her now.
This is very true. This is very true. All right, so now we want to find out what you guys thought about this week of days, and feel free to call in at 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749. Give us a call, let's chit-chat, and find out what you thought about this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. That is right.
Are you talking over Tony?
0749.
I cannot use any of this scenario.
Don't make me get up and walk
Don't
over there.
make me.
Zero
what's the
colors.
Let's see. Diane says, I just need days to make Tony be alive where I can get Tony and Anna reunited, even for just a few days. Oh.
Well,
that's
do you think
cute.
they're going to pair up Anna and Andre?
I don't know. Why?
Or are they going to have a triangle between Hattie and Anne and Roman?
That would be interesting. Candace Mack
can't.
says, they should have financial aid or have them write for grants and stuff. Oh, I think that was for Soap Kids. Oh, Demo says financial aid does not exist in the soap world. It sure doesn't. R. Melvin says we need some more estrogen in the Kyriakis mansion. Come back, Mel.
Can I? No.
If they want
that's
more
not gonna happen.
estrogen in the mansion, they should bring back hashtag Maxine Sun.
Duh! Oh, wait.
Exactly.
I know, he jumped right on that.
I
He just
beg
heard
your
Maxine's
pardon,
son.
ma'am.
Can I ask a question while we're waiting for a phone call?
Yes.
This was last week, and since I wasn't here, I would like to chime in on it, if I may. I'm assuming we discussed with Marcy that, and by we, I mean you guys, about her chemistry with Jordy.
Yes, we did touch on that.
If you watch the show,
kind of dig it. I kind of dig it, and I
Yes.
tweeted it. And then, did you see Jordy's response?
What'd he say?
I was like, I have to say, I'm really digging the chemistry between these two. And then Jordy responded to me, and he said, it was like, OMG, if you're giving it the thumbs
Oh,
up.
thank you.
I love him.
Yeah.
Well, we have a caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up? It's Jacob from Amarillo, Texas.
Hey,
Jacob.
Jacob. How are you?
How's it going? You
It's
guys are
going
doing-
great.
You guys are doing good.
Thank
Even though
you.
This week's Days of Our Lives was kind of slow, so there wasn't that much to talk about.
Yeah.
It was kind of painful to watch the episodes because there wasn't anything really going on. It just felt like it was dragging on forever.
Yeah.
It was pretty painful.
But I will say, watching Days of Our Lives, it's a lot better than watching some of the stuff that's been going on this week. So at least we still have Days of Our Lives to watch.
Yeah.
To entertain us, so we don't get down in the dumps about stuff that's going on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah.
Well, Days
Right.
always has that week where
Yeah.
nothing really happens. It's just kind of like still moving the story along. So they're just
Yeah.
like giving us stuff.
But it feels like it's like just watching paint dry on the wall. but then I go back and think, I guess just Future Days is okay because I don't want to ever go back to like the days when we had the elephant storyline. That was just so painful to watch.
Oh, the elephant storyline.
I just thought, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Please keep Days of Our Lives on, but it was just sad. But I just wanted to call real fast and say you guys are doing a great job since I haven't called in a really long time.
I know, it's
Keep up
been
the
a
good
while.
work.
Thank you so much, Jacob.
Thank you,
You're
Jacob.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, Jacob.
That was sweet. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you for always watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
I'm surprised
appreciate it.
Mike Riley or
Which one's the mic that
Mike Riley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's him.
Interesting.
All right. So,
Interesting.
are there any news and gossip things to talk about?
I didn't really have anything.
I didn't have
didn't
anything
really have anything.
either.
I ran a poll on
Okay.
Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Soap fans, who's your favorite daytime queen?
Oh, that's right.
It was between Marlena from Days of Our Lives,
Mm-hmm.
Nikki from Young and the Restless, Laura from General Hospital, and Brooke from The Bold and the Beautiful.
Okay.
And when the poll started, Nikki from Young and the Restless was in the lead, smoking the girls. And then all of a sudden, Brooke from Bold and the Beautiful was like
Took a
on
charging
top
lead.
by a lot. Yes.
Okay.
And
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, hey, caller. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Christian from Michigan. How are you guys?
Hi,
Hey,
Christian.
how are you?
Good. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Mark.
hi there.
Hello.
Hi. What did you think about this week's episodes of Days?
Well, I agree with you guys for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I really seeing Greg Vaughn was quite the sight for sore eyes.
Right.
He was great with us. And seeing the scene with Chad, Dario, and Sunny really, I think you're right. It's the new generation
Yep.
taking over, and it was nice to see, and to see Billy Flynn just rip into it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing.
Thank you,
Okay.
Christian. You can come sit next to me anytime, girl.
See,
Right.
whatever.
I will say, I'm surprised that Mark, you tweeted something out about Brady and Chloe and their chemistry, which I have been a fan of theirs since the beginning, and I was always so disappointed that they didn't continue that. So I hope that they continue on.
Yeah. I agree.
And they go down that road.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, they have such a history with each other. I mean,
Yeah.
they were once married before he went on drugs.
Yeah.
So.
They
Yeah.
do, and I'm surprised that it's never really like discussed. Brady always talks about Nicole, and there was a line at one point where he said Nicole was his longest friend in Salem, and I thought, no, she's not. That's Chloe.
Yeah. Right. Right.
They had an entire relationship before Nicole even came on to the scene, and they had any interaction together.
Yeah.
Nicole was part of what initially broke Brady and Chloe up.
Right. Right.
So,
I remember when Chloe and Belle were friends in high school, and you could tell that something was going on. Like Chloe and Brady were starting to get close, and I remember her being like, "Something going on with you and my brother."
right?
I was like, "Ah."
That's funny.
And I know James isn't here to clarify, but I can't remember what it is about Brady and Belle and Chloe that there's like an animosity between them. 'Cause
I
know
think
that
it's Philip.
Philip.
split as friends, but I don't remember why.
I think Philip, because it was Chloe and Philip for so long, and then Philip started to go for Belle, and then they got married, and they thought the baby that Claire was Philip's for a long time, and they found out it was Sean's. And
Oh
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's a lot of it.
I completely sometimes forget that there was ever like a triangle between Belle, Philip,
Yeah.
and Chloe.
Yeah, exactly.
And it almost kind of started again, sort of.
Yeah, a little bit.
But.
Yeah.
Then they got
But
rid
yeah.
of Martha.
Yeah.
Sons of.
Yeah, I'm
leave it there.
super looking forward to her return this week. It is
Oh yeah.
much needed. She's such a ray of sunshine. I love her to death.
Yeah.
I know. I can't wait
I
to.
love Martha. She's a friend of the show. Well, thank you so much for calling in and giving us your thoughts about this week's episodes of Days. And keep watching and tuning in to us.
I will. You guys are doing an awesome job. I'm so glad that you guys are later these 2 weeks because it actually gives me time to call in.
Oh, good.
Oh, yay.
Yay. We did it just for you.
We'll be getting a whole new fan
Well,
base.
thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank
All right,
you,
you
too.
too. Bye-bye. All right, we'll take this next caller. Hello, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Jillian from Dallas.
Hello, Jillian from Dallas.
Hi, Jillian.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Delicious.
Oh.
I wouldn't trust
what
that.
were you up to while you were gone? Delicious.
And what did you think about this week's episodes of Days?
Sorry. I thought it was really good. Yes, like you, Tony, I'm going to, with open arms, try to accept the new Jade.
Yeah.
But it was really, really nice, and I loved having someone on the show who was mixed. I did.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was nice seeing someone that represented me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Is she mixed, the new girl?
Not the new one. Jade was. I mean, the original
Yeah.
Jade
the
Paige's
first
character.
Jade
Remember, the
was.
father was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, Jade, the character,
Yeah.
is mixed.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, I guess
So-
technically she still is, whether she actually necessarily looks it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But there's different
they can
shades,
try it a
so
little more.
can't really,
Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I hear
I
you.
like that.
I hear you. I hear you.
Well, that's good.
No.
We sometimes forget about her family because they don't show them often enough. They
Right.
showed the dad,
Yeah.
and then he went away, but
Yeah.
we haven't seen the mom.
He was bad news.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't think we ever saw
Oh,
Mom.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, the dad came in and was like, "Where my money?" And
Yeah.
then just like was
Peace
gone.
out.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I mean, I think the new Jade is going to take some warming up too, and I think she came in. She's not going to have the same portrayal as
Right.
as Paige
As
did.
Paige did.
But I think she still has that rebel, troubled youth,
Yeah.
thing down. So that should be interesting. And she's good at going to get a sandwich, apparently. Yeah, she was like, I can't cook, but I can go get
I
sandwiches.
think having them all live in that loft or apartment or whatever, that's a big mistake.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
I think it's going to stir up a lot
You know.
of drama. So.
I mean, I raised 4 boys, and a couple of them tried to sneak the girl into the house. No,
Right.
no, we're not doing this.
You
I
gotta-
don't care if you are. And here, let me go buy you a box of condoms, but we're not doing that here. This is not happening here.
Not on my
And
watch.
I'm not paying for it.
Oh my God, that reminded me of Everybody Hates Chris, where she was always like, I ain't paying for no babies.
Right, exactly.
I love that. Well,
Now, I mean, I probably would have if something like that had happened, but thank God it didn't.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Condoms, people.
That's
Come on,
right.
use them.
right. Well, that's
Sorry,
what Kayla
sorry.
should have done would have been like, here, you
Yeah.
need these because apparently you can't wrap it up. But that's a whole nother show. That's like Days After Dark. All right. Well, thank
Well,
you.
if can't wrap it up, there's another option. And it's easier for the guys than it is for the girls.
Atta girl.
Atta girl.
Atta girl.
All right. Well, thank you.
I got two sons that have already taken. Well, they've gotten married. They have babies, and they are no longer having babies. Why? Because they were smart enough to marry women that said, "Okay,
And we're done.
no,
Yeah.
now go get it fixed."
I wonder what your sons are going to think after watching this.
Thankfully, they don't. I mean, not thankfully. Don't watch soap operas that I
Yeah.
do
Good.
because they no longer live with me, so
Right.
they have no idea of what their mother's up to.
Right. So you're just watching Days and spilling their tea. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't mention any names.
That's
so-
good.
True.
That's true. We'll keep it at that.
That's true. We'll keep it anonymous. as they
Anonymous.
say.
Although, 2 of you on the show that started on the show.
I know it.
I'm sorry, Matthew, not you.
I know what you're saying.
Y'all have my kids. You have
Names.
2 of my sons' names.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
spilling the
I have
beans.
a Tony and I've got a Mark.
Oh, I bet they are fabulous.
Mark is more
They
fabulous
are,
than
because
Tony.
they're smart enough to marry smart women.
That's
You
true.
know.
I love it.
I'm just saying. Have a partner, make it a smart one.
Well, thank you so much for calling
Thank you,
and giving us
Jillian.
your thoughts on this week. And say hello to your sons for us.
Oh, I will. They're just,
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Okay. And once again,
Yes.
my awkward goodbye. Sorry.
No problem.
I love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
too.
Love
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you. She's so cute. All right, let's take this caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I heard you mention my name.
Oh, Mike Riley calling
Damn.
in right
The one
on
that
time.
Mark doesn't like.
Huh? Wait, say that again, Mike.
The mic that Mark doesn't like.
Oh.
I wouldn't say I dislike you. I would say
We just have a friendly feud.
I would just say I'm just gonna start saying my delusional friend Mike.
Oh, I see. Do you
That's
know when I
what-
watched the RuPaul's Drag Race review, you're the one that I always would agree with.
Oh
actually.
really? Well then, okay, I take it all back.
I think we have a mutual love.
We
for
do.
Derek,
We
and
clearly
a
do.
mutual dislike to Derek Barry.
Oh, I'm gonna. You'll have to tune into the next season because I have a Derek Barry thing that I'm gonna share with the new
That's
season.
a long time to
I know,
wait for that.
but I actually have it in my car and I'm keeping it in there
I got
so I don't
things
forget.
to do. I mean,
Yeah.
He has
no,
Billy
I
Flynn to
just
talk
wanted to
to.
call and say hi. I don't really have anything to comment on other than
That's
I loved
okay.
the interview with James Reynolds earlier. He is a legend in my book.
Yes.
I love him.
Yeah.
Mike, what did you think about the Chad, Sonny, Dario meeting?
I think we're all going to differ on one point. I don't love Dario. I mean, I like Jordy, but I don't like the character of Dario.
Mm-hmm.
I love the chemistry between Freddie and Billy. I think they are amazing
too.
together. And like you said, whether they're fighting or being the best of friends, I mean, I wish they would make them a couple. I mean, they are
Their chemistry's
so
off the hook.
charming and
Yeah.
so dynamic. I mean, but they're like two very natural actors that have chemistry with everyone. I don't think I've ever seen Freddie not have chemistry with anyone, and we know that Billy does. But there's just something that, even though Jordy is likable, there's something so not likable about Dario because he's so like confrontational and so hard all of the time.
Right.
So maybe if they just soften him up a bit.
Right, and he's a bit of a sneak.
Oh yeah, for sure, but that I don't mind. I mean, that's fine. There's just something. He comes off as very one-dimensional sometimes, and I think they just need to show some other facets to his personality.
Is he the youngest out of those three?
No, Gabby's the youngest.
No. I mean, out of Chad and Sonny, is Dario younger?
He
youngest?
doesn't look younger.
He doesn't look. Yeah, I don't know. Technically, I don't know.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Well, I guess that doesn't. Well, I mean, he's always been a little stubborn and still a little young-ish.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah,
that's why.
I don't know. I'm not feeling that whole story. I like the. Well, let me rephrase. I like this whole new generation.
Yeah.
Coming up and heading the businesses. That I like, but I don't know. We're gonna have like a powwow at the newly revamped DVD that looks worse than it did before. I mean, I'm not interested in any of that.
Shade.
Like, I want to see, I want to see the Titan offices. Like, I want to see the offices. I want
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
I know that they're on a budget, but like they managed to pull that blue room in Prague out of nowhere. So like, it was something. It was something. I don't know. But I mean, I won't keep you guys because I know you probably want to let other callers in, and plus I need to get up at 4 a.m. and it's after 11 here.
Oh my
But
God.
I just want to say Marcy Miller.
Oh my God,
What an amazing interview. So delightful.
Oh.
So wonderful. I mean, I'm so glad I got to speak to her. And you guys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
If Days ends up getting canceled, and Dishing Days gets canceled, I will start the Mike Riley review. Maddie and Tony, you're welcome to be my sidekick.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mark, I will get you a job as a background dancer for Derek Barry.
Hang up
All
on
set.
Anthony. This is a good test. Hang up on Mike Riley.
Good night, guys. I'll talk to you.
Thank you,
Bye,
Mike.
Mike.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I totally thought he was going to say, Mark, you can have a job at TV Guide. All right, well, we should...
Hold on.
What?
Matthew was in the middle of telling his poll.
Oh, yes,
And he
poll.
didn't finish.
Anyway, so it turns out with 318 votes,
That's a lot of votes.
our lovely Marlena Evans
That's right.
is the queen of daytime.
Queen Beh.
Yeah, the queen Beh. She won with 42%, followed by Brooke from the Bold and the Beautiful with 33%. Laura from GH had 13%, and Nikki,
And
I believe surprisingly, had only 12%.
So that 12% voted first.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Deidre Hall,
Yeah.
Kudos to
queen
her.
of daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
And we had some funny tweets too. If you go and look at the stream from that poll, some people had those. I hate to say it because I know gifs.
GIFs.
Gifts.
The video, right? Like the
Yeah,
quick little.
gifs.
There's one of Marlena
Spinning around
an eye.
going, I'm
Jeff.
Dr. Marlena Evans.
It was just it's like a little eye roll. It was perfect.
No, that's
love it.
Hope.
Should we take this? Who's this? Let's find out who this is.
All right.
Hello, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You're our last caller. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello. Oh no. Well. Oh, it's all right.
That's
They decided
okay.
not to.
That's okay.
That was
All
a
right.
sign.
It's a sign.
Yeah, it was a sign
Time to
that
move on.
we are done.
We're done.
That's
I
it for
saw a
Dishin.
sign.
Yep. We did it. We made it.
We made it. We did it. And we couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another recap of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. Before we head out, though, hey, Mark, let the kind folks know where they can find you via social media.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at
That's
Lorraine
great.
Love.
Matthew. No, I'm just kidding. Where can they find you, Mark?
Take two, Mark.
Why I never.
And you probably never will.
You can find me on Instagram.
Atta girl.
Atta girl.
You can find her at Atta girl.
I should have.
At a girl.
Atta girl. Okay, I'm gonna look for that
That's
tonight
clever.
when I get home. If one of you take it, I'm gonna be ticked. You can find me at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE.
Where
And
can they find
also-
your hair?
My hair, living for the hair.
And Matthew Evan Paine.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
And of course, you guys can find all of us on Facebook and Twitter, Dishin Days. No, wait. Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram, Dishin Days. And on Twitter, @_Dishin Days. And if you want to just find me,
Yeah, Tony, where can they find you?
well, I'm glad you asked, Matthew. You can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. I'll never be able to use this for my reel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday again at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What
and
up?
also next week at 4.
No, next week at 7.
No, at 4 p.m. Pacific
on.
Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have Paige Searcy, who used to play Jade,
Back in the studio.
back in the studio to chit chat with us. So you don't want to miss that.
I won't be here for that one, but
Of
I'll be
course
here
you
at
won't.
7 for the recap.
For the recap. We'll find
We
lady.
should do it at 6 then when he's not here, just to do a quick little. Well, I mean, if she can't make it, she can't make it.
Interesting.
She works hard for her money. All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
AfterBuzz.